We all know Beauty and the Beast, the classic tale of a hostage convincing her kidnapper that he's not such a bad guy after all. But Hollywood's got some weird assumptions about masculine and feminine roles, and to be honest, maybe we all do. So what if we gender flipped this romantic tale of Stockholm Syndrome around? Because I'm gender swap. Because this is Gender Swap, I'm Allie, and this is Uggo and the Chad. We're talking about the animated classic here because you forgot the 2017 live-action remake exists. Who even plays the Beast in that? Is that like Adam Scott?
No.
We open on a filthy homeless man offering a beautiful rose to a beautiful young woman in exchange for being allowed inside her beautiful house, which she refuses, because any woman who's ever been out after dark knows that accepting a flower from a disheveled stranger is how you get the opportunity to see an extremely unwashed penis.
Yes.
But the weirdo reveals himself to be a powerful wizard and transforms the woman into a hideous lady beast. A Beastrix, if you will. This prompts a million TikTokers to misuse the term gaslight before we pass the movie's 5-minute mark. Then we meet Bryce, the local village hunk. Bonjour! This well-read hottie is relentlessly pursued by a bimbo badass named Gertrude. While Gaston's monomaniacal pursuit of Belle in the movie we know is considered his natural right as the village's overconfident douche oaf, Gertrude assembling the whole town for a wedding before Bryce has even said yes would make her look like someone desperate to put her eggs to use before she reaches the wizened old age of 23.
The whole town's talking about it.
This would suck for everyone. Gaston has an ugly little weasel of a sidekick who mostly exists to be physically abused, which is less funny as a woman getting kicked around for kicks. And while Bryce's penis probably would give him a pass for being an aloof bookworm with unique opinions,
well, some people use their imagination.
repeatedly turning down the hottest gal in town would make him look weird, no matter how desperate Gertrude is. A man who would rather be alone with his romantic books than actually in bed with a babe? There's a word for that, but Disney won't let me say it.
There he goes, isn't he?
Gay!
Anyway, Bryce's eccentric mom wanders off into the spooky forest of evil vibes and is snatched by Beastrix for trespassing. Bryce goes looking for dear old mom, and he agrees to become Beastrix's prisoner in exchange for his dumbass mom's release. What follows is the story of a brilliant Adonis learning that there's actually a sweet woman beneath all that ugly. A story that's presumably going to be a little awkward, considering that Beastrix would have hairy, pendulous breasts just swinging in the breeze the whole time. Yeah, go ahead and picture that dance scene.
Well, some people use their imagination.
Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Beastrix looking to get that jackass wizard's curse lifted. If nothing else, no one wants to spend their whole life unmatting all that fur. But there's this weird paradox in movies where female leads are expected to be gorgeous, but at the same time it's seen as patronizing to insist that a woman needs to change everything about their appearance in order to be loved. That's why most Hollywood glow-up scenes are limited to a 9 becoming a 10 by taking off her glasses, letting her hair down.
That's it. I did it. I'm a miracle worker.
At which point, the man notices that her charming personality is accompanied by some charming mammary glands.
Bonjour.
Good day.
Who is your wife?
In Beauty and the Beast, Belle only starts to fall for the Beast after she sees a portrait of what he looked like as a handsome human. And she realizes there's more to this 8-foot rage machine than what meets the eye. With the genders reversed, it would feel less like Bryce coming to the realization that he's dealing with a fellow human being, and more like he gets to say, "Oh, thank Christ, I don't have to shack up with a whale." Side note, a grown man drinking tea out of a little girl who's been transformed into an adorable teacup would be weird. Or maybe prosecutable. But Allie, I'm assuming you're saying, for the sake of moving this monologue along, Beauty and the Beast wasn't just about physical beauty. The Beast had to learn to make himself lovable by controlling his temper too.
Well, you should learn to control your temper.
Hey, I hear what you're saying, fictional man, but what young woman goes through life unaware of their flaws? There's a reason Gaston is beloved despite being obnoxious, and that's because traits like entitlement and arrogance are often seen as positives in men, even as they're dismissed as negatives in women. Gaston is an ambitious go-getter. Gertrude and Beastrix would be seen as, at best, frosty. If you're a woman and people think you have a flaw, believe me, you're gonna hear about it. Whatever traits make Beastrix unlovable by the standards of some arbitrary magic spell are ones she probably doesn't need to be reminded about by talking credenzas. The real challenge for Beastrix will be separating the legitimate flaws she needs to work on from the just wizard telling her that she'd be prettier if she smiled more.
Is she gonna powder her vagina?
As we reach the climax, the town will probably still go along with Gertrude's plan to slay Beastrix because who wants a smelly lady monster hanging around the forest? Gertrude bites it in the attempt, but not before mortally wounding Beastrix. And it's only then, after Beastrix saves Bryce from a rampaging sex maniac, that Bryce confesses his true love, bringing Beastrix back from the brink and transforming her into someone considered worthy of receiving his dong.
Every guy here'd love to you.
Ladies, get yourself a man who can say, I love you before you are brutally stabbed. Beauty and the Beast is a little weird, no matter how you dissect it. I mean, there's a reason that Disney movies are charming little fables and not deep thinkers, but with the genders swapped, it does come across more like one dude's wild spring break than a tale as old as time. Ah! You trespassed into the girl West Wing expressly against my girl orders. Whoa, okay. Someone's emotional. First of all, I don't even remember us talking about that. Are you sure you brought it up?
Oh, pretty baby, so pretty baby. Can I come into your house? Can I sleep in your house tonight, pretty baby?
Just a massive change, 0 to a 10. Now our stars can go. Thank God they're not old. Uggo and the Chad.